Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are having a lovely day because I am super excited to share this video with you guys. If you are new here, hello, my name is Bree. I realized that I should probably introduce myself more. I am a natural hair and fragrance creator. I love to talk about natural hair care, getting your curls right, and also smelling bomb. So if you are new here, hello, welcome. I hope you subscribe, stick around, of course, hit that notification bell so you're notified every single time I do a new upload, especially when I upload fragrance content because it's not really like my niche, and so I want to make sure that people see it. And of course, leave me a comment down below. Today, let's start off with our fragrances of the day. I want to know, what's your fragrance of the day? Leave it down in the comments down below. Mine is Kayali Vanilla 28. Beautiful vanilla, brown sugar, and jasmine fragrance. So good. Before I get into it, I know I'm going to get questions about the makeup. I have an Instagram tutorial coming. You guys are going to be getting tutorials on Instagram because y'all don't watch my makeup content. And it's a lot of work for nobody to watch it. But Instagram does watch it. So if you have Instagram, I will leave my Instagram handle on the screen and in the comments in the description box down below so you can check that out. I'm going to be committing myself to doing one makeup tutorial a week in a series that I'm calling Makeup Madness. So, y'all, your girl has a problem, a shopping problem. I had fragrances that I wanted and I got them. Almost all of them. I went in. Now, to be fair, I didn't pay full price for nothing in this video, just so you know. Your girl is always looking for deals. And of course, whenever you purchase off of different retailers, make sure you have your Rakuten browser button on. That way you can see if you can get cash back on it. So a lot of times I get a sale and then I get the cash back on the purchase too. So I have 12 fragrances in total to share with you guys. And honestly, like, I did my thing with this haul. So if you are interested in seeing this massive, massive fragrance haul, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to start to the fragrance that was gifted to me. This was sent to me by one of the fam bam, my boo, Tiana. She purchased this fragrance. She wasn't super happy with it. And because she knows that I love the fragrance, which this is supposed to be a dupe of, she went ahead and was like, do you want to try it? Because it's not working out for me. And that is Swiss Arabian Shaghaf Oud. How beautiful is that bottle? Gorgeous bottle. So this is supposed to be a dupe for Oud Bouquet. And let me tell you, it definitely has some similarities, but I'm not quite sure how I feel about it yet either. The sprayer on this is good. The sprayer is strong. This is definitely a Oud, Rose, and Praline fragrance. But the Oud in this is way more sharp to my nose and on my skin. This to me is a very Oud forward, which I honestly would expect coming from Swiss Arabian. I think it's a good alternative if you just can't afford Maison Lancome. Like, that's not in everybody's price range, right? It's a beautiful fragrance, but it's very sharp and it kind of gives me a headache. So I haven't really played with this too much yet, but I'm going to continue to play with it and see what I think as I continue to wear it. But I can tell you guys this now, that I do prefer Oud Bouquet. Oud Bouquet it has a softer, more natural smelling oud to it. It's still smoky, but it's not as intense as this. I love the vanillic, praline notes that really stick out in Oud Bouquet. And the rose in that is very balsamic. It's like a rose liqueur, you know? Whereas this one is just like, the rose isn't as decadent and yummy as it is in Oud Bouquet, but I think that it is a good dupe But if I had to choose, I know right off the bat, I would still go Oud Bouquet. That's the one that I would suggest the most. But to those of you guys who want to explore that Oud Rose combination like you would get in Lancome Oud Bouquet, I think it is a good one to try. So thank you, Tiana, for sending this to me, because she knew that Oud Rose is kind of like my thing right now. So shout out to her. Since we're talking about that kind of Middle Eastern rose combination, let's go ahead and get right into this fragrance, because I know y'all have been waiting for me to talk about this fragrance, and I'm super excited to have it in my collection. And I'm really mad because she released this and was just randomly like, oh, I'm coming out with another one. And I'm like, sis, I've spent enough money. But I think I'm going to wait because she only has a 50 ml on the one that she just released. When I say she, I mean Mona Katan. This is Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25. And guys, let me tell you, this fragrance is delicious. It's sexy. It's everything that I hoped it would be. This is what the bottle looks like. Listen, when I saw the promo for this, the promotion for this fragrance literally was all that sold me. I didn't know what it smelled like. I blind bought it. It took a minute for me to get this because y'all snatched this up so quick on Sephora. Like, it was gone in a matter of seconds when the VIB sale hit. And I will tell you guys right now, you guys can't see through it, but if you hold it up to the light, you can actually see through it. And I'm already sitting right here on the bottle. That's how much I've been wearing this fragrance. Y'all know Kayali has that gorgeous atomizer. So beautiful. Y'all. This is a stunning. The main notes in this are pink pepper, bergamot, saffron, Bulgarian rose, vanilla orchid, and sandalwood, y'all. This is such a beautiful, jammy, slightly spicy, balsamic rose. This, I feel like, I will say this, and the first thing that came to mind when I smelled this fragrance was, this is for all those people that cannot handle Oud Bouquet. If you want that sexy, sweet, sensual rose, but Oud Bouquet is just too much for you, or that oud does not sit right on your skin, you need to try Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. The rose combined with the vanilla orchid in this fragrance is just decadent. It's mouth-watering. The saffron deepens it up. It gives it that kind of deepness that you would get from an oud, but it's not super smoky. It's beautifully blended to the point where it's like, it just smells like its own thing. But as you wear it, different types of characteristics of the fragrance kind of peek through. There's kind of times where sometimes it almost leans a little chocolatey on my skin. I think that's kind of because of the saffron in this. And the vanilla orchid. The vanilla orchid in this reminds me of Velvet Orchid from Tom Ford. It's not as strong as Black Orchid. It reminds me of the orchid accord that is in Velvet Orchid. It also has that vanilla vibe that is signature to the Vanilla 28. I feel like they put that same DNA in here in the base. It's just so sexy. It's sweet. This is one of those fragrances that you put it on and you can't feel anything but beautiful, sexy, commanding. This is a stunning, absolutely 100% stunning fragrance. I'm so happy I got it in my collection and that I got the 100 ml because I'm already wearing through this. Projection is bomb, but it's not overpowering. It's not offensive. Lasting power is great. This is their Parfum Intense. Yeah. And so this is stronger, like the concentration is stronger than what you would get with like Kayali Vanilla 28. So this does last longer on my skin than Vanilla 28 does. I would give this a good like 8 to 9 hour wear. I can still smell it. And I can still smell all of the notes in the fragrance even when I've gotten into that like 8-hour mark. It doesn't just turn into a vanilla. But if you have not picked up Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, you love rose accords, you love to smell sweet, you love to smell sexy, you need to have this in your collection. It's so good. I am traditionally not a fan of the original of this. This is a flanker, and it is a new flanker of La Vie Belle. So La Vie Belle makes me nauseous. Like, I like the scent, even though I think it's kind of overdone. A lot of people overwear it, but I mean, people overwear Baccarat, you know? Like, Baccarat is still bomb, but people overwear that too. But La Vie Belle is one of those fragrances that really just kind of makes me feel ill. I can't wear it as much as I like it. So when I saw that this Soleil Cristal came out, I was like, ooh, I gotta try that. So I picked up La Vie Belle Soleil Cristal. This is their L'Eau de Parfum. And how gorgeous is this bottle? I'm not gonna lie, this is another one where the packaging was like, I need it. This packaging is absolutely stunning. I love the elongated bottle. I love how like on the side it kind of looks like a silhouette. So this is basically like the coconutty summery version of La Vie Belle, and there's a little bit of the DNA in here, but it's not enough to make me feel sick. This has a lot of notes that I really enjoy. It has jasmine sambac, absolute, orange blossom, ylang ylang, and solar coconut accords. So this is really bomb. It still also has iris in here, so it's supposed to be a solar iris accord. So it's supposed to smell more ozonic, airy, sunshiny. And I will say, guys, I really do enjoy this. I'm still wearing it and getting a full opinion on it because it's different. So in the opening, you get a lot of that orange blossom and jasmine, which quickly goes into a very creamy ylang ylang and coconut. So you get this beautiful mix of orange blossom, jasmine, coconut, and ylang ylang. And that makes this fragrance very creamy, very summery. You still have a little bit of that La Vie Belle DNA that you can smell in the background of this. It's still very sweet, but it's not overbearingly sweet. Like, it's the perfect level of sweetness to wear in the summer heat. The only thing is that there is kind of a greenness to this fragrance that comes out and stands strong and is very present. And if you're not really into green notes, then you won't like this. But I wore this out the other day. I actually got a few compliments on this fragrance, even though it was really hot and muggy. This actually got a lot of compliments. The iris in this is still very strong, a little heady. So if you're not a fan of iris, you won't like this. I actually blind bought this. I had no clue what it smelled like. I'm happy I took the plunge because this definitely is my favorite interpretation of La Vie Belle. Now, I will say, a lot of people are saying that there is something synthetic about this, and there is something slightly synthetic about this, but it doesn't bother me. I'm totally fine with it. So, but I also wear a lot of Montal. I feel like if you wear a lot of Montal or a Mancera, synthetic-y notes won't bother you, you know, but it does kind of have that synthetic-y, lipsticky vibe. People say that it's kind of screechy. It's loud. It's not a completely softened fragrance, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's the perfect level of loud for this time of year. So that is La Vie Belle Soleil Cristal. I was browsing Nordstrom and I hadn't heard anyone talk about this, but it seemed like it was right up my alley. And so I had to pick it up. I've been wanting to add more Maison Margiela fragrances into my collection, and I saw that this was a Nordstrom exclusive, and I was like, well, let's try it and see how it goes, because I love Kilian Princess so much, which also has a matcha note in it, and they released this as a Nordstrom exclusive. This is Matcha Meditation by Maison Margiela. And this is their replica line. That's what the box looks like. And that's what the bottle looks like. It has this beautiful serene green color. The notes in this are green tea, bergamot, and mandarin in the top, jasmine, orange blossom, and mate in the heart, and white chocolate, moss, and cedar in the base. This was surprising to me. I wasn't sure what to think that this would smell like because the only like a matcha based fragrance that I have is Princess. This is really nice, guys. It's just so, it's very calming. This has been my like fragrance that I put on when I'm going to do work, sitting down to edit. Right off the bat, you get the green tea and the mandarin. You can still smell a lot of the jasmine. Now, I don't know what mate smells like. I don't. So I can't say whether that's really in here, but you do get the creaminess from the white chocolate and that kind of mossy vibe too. Okay, imagine you're a hard-working, gorgeous woman. You want to treat yourself to a spa day because you have been working your ass off, got the promotion, you're treating yourself. You put on your most beautiful jasmine perfume and you go to like a Korean spa and they have these gorgeous essential oils that are wafting in the background when you walk into the building, coming out of those really nice stone oil diffusers. You get a hot stone massage. You're feeling amazing, and to cap everything off, they just sit you in front of a really beautiful pond of koi fish and they give you the most beautiful, soft, lightly sweetened matcha latte to sip on while you sit and you meditate. That is what this smells like. It's weird because there's so many things that make this familiar, but it also is not like anything that I've smelled before. It's really beautiful. It's really nice to just wear when you're home. But this is going to be a really nice one to wear out to just on nice, easy breezy days. This would be really nice for like a daytime date. Something cozy, you know? I love this fragrance. It's so nice. I didn't know what to expect from this. Maison Margiela does a lot of like mood fragrances. I consider these to be mood fragrances. They really evoke a mood, a time period, a memory. And this really does pull that out. I really enjoy this. This lasts very long too. I can put this on in the morning and I will still smell it around like 5 o'clock when I'm done working. So this is bomb, a beautiful fragrance and a beautiful addition to my collection. This is one that I have wanted in my collection for a very long time. I got a sample of this in a Sephora order sometime last year. I was wearing it and I just fell in love with the fragrance. And for some reason, I had just never picked it up. So I picked up Chloe Nomade Absolu. And I love this fragrance. This is what the box looks like. And that's the bottle. I love the bottle on the Chloe Nomade packaging. It's so beautiful. So this is a really beautiful Mirabelle Plum, Davana, and Oakmoss fragrance. This is so beautiful. You really get that beautiful note of Mirabelle Plum in the top. Yeah. It's always there. It's very sweet, slightly balsamic. This also has something in here that's giving me like cinnamon vibes. This right here to me is perfect for, I would say, any occasion. I feel like this is going to be great if you are like someone who is kind of in the corporate setting and you do like a lot of outreach, like community outreach, community events. I feel like this would be a great one to have because it's definitely going to be one to get you compliments. I get a lot of compliments on this. It evokes that sense of you are powerful, you're confident, you're strong, you get the job done, but you're still approachable. You're still that woman that people come to they have the utmost respect for. Like, this is the vibe that this gives me. It's just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful. Gorgeous. This next one, I am incredibly excited about because I was debating between this and another one that I already knew that I really liked for a good minute. This was featured in my fragrance wish list video. I will put that up in the cards above if you are interested. And I went ahead and got it, and I'm super excited because this is officially my first full bottle of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this is Gentle Fluidity Gold. I went back and forth between getting this and getting Baccarat Rouge 540, but to be completely honest, I think if I pick that up, I think I'm going to get the X-Straight. I think I prefer the X-Straight, but I knew that this was just going to be everything that I wanted and more. And y'all, oh my god, I don't even have to spray it. It's that potent, just smelling it out of the cap. This has notes of vanilla, amber, musk, woodsy notes, juniper berries, nutmeg, and coriander. This is another one of those fragrances that reminds me of so many things, but also just hits different in comparison to the things that it reminds me of. This gets a lot of comparisons to Intense Cafe, which I think is because of that nutmeg and amber. This is so good. First of all, this is a year-round vanilla fragrance. This is a sexy, put together, confident, like just knows that she has it all going on type of woman. This is so beautifully blended. There are no harsh edges. It's just, the actual blend to this fragrance is just so diffused. Like, think about the most blended eyeshadow look you've ever seen in your life. This is that, where Intense Cafe is very sharp lines. It's very powerful. It's out there. You know, Intense Cafe is that sharp cut crease. This is that diffused wash of color. There's something about the way that this combination of vanilla and amber sits on my skin. I love the woodsy, spicy notes that I get from the nutmeg and the coriander. It's one of my favorites in this haul, and I will just tell you guys right now, I'm getting the big bottle. I am going to be getting the big bottle for my birthday because I'm already making a dent in this. Like, even though this really doesn't require a lot, it projects so well. People will smell you when you wear this. Even if you can't smell yourself, people will smell you. I already know that I'm going to get a big bottle of this because I crave wearing this fragrance, and it's definitely one that I want to have in my collection at all times. It's definitely going to be a signature for me. So this is one that I've never heard anybody talk about. I saw this on Sephora. I had a VIB coupon, so I was like, let me just go ahead and use it. And I saw this on the website when I was going to purchase my, wait a minute, I'm missing a fragrance, hold on. But this one I never heard anyone talk about. This is from the fragrance house Berdoues. I think that's how sis pronounced it when I looked it up. Berdoues. And this is Vanira Moorea from their collection Grand Cru. These are all colognes. These are all cologne concentration. The bottle and the packaging are stunning, beautiful. It gives that whole, you know, summery vibe. I purchased this in another quest to get a really good, like, summertime staple type of vanilla fragrance. And it says it's a solar and tropical blend with notes of orange from Brazil, petitgrain from Paraguay, and vanilla from Tahiti. Y'all, it says that it's the spirit of cologne with the intensity of an eau de parfum, which I do feel like is true. For this to be a cologne, it lasts very well, and the price is right. This was, I think, like $85 for the 100 ml. Guys, this right here is a beautiful, stunning, gentle vanilla citrus with green notes. This is not your typical vanilla, and this is a fragrance that not everybody is going to love because that petitgrain in there really comes through, but in such a beautiful way. And I love how you get this sweetness from the mandarin and the vanilla that cuts through that petitgrain, and it just turns into the most beautiful, creamy, slightly green, sophisticated, gentle vanilla on your skin. And what I love is that no matter how long I had this on my skin, I can still smell the petitgrain. I think the petitgrain really brings out the longevity in this fragrance. I can smell the petitgrain and I can still smell the orange no matter how long this is on my skin. It's just different, and it's different to the point where it's a little hard for me to explain how this smells. It's one that you have to smell it to understand. This is that vanilla that's just going to sit beautifully on the skin. It's not too cloying, it's not too sweet, it's not too harsh. The petitgrain in there is strong, but it's also not super harsh either. And the way that this fragrance develops when the sun hits your skin, oh my God, y'all. So beautiful. This is one that I have been wearing out a lot since I got it. Pulled it out of the box and I was like, this is stunning. It's just the perfect summertime vanilla. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. This is really nice. I feel like great for the price point, especially with it being a cologne. I feel like the price point fits the intensity, and I feel like the longevity is great for it being what it is, and the smell is still unique. This is a very unique vanilla. And I'm really excited to have this in my collection and continue to wear it during these warmer months. Okay, the one that I forgot that I had. This was also in my wish list video, and I'm mad at myself for not getting a bigger bottle. Along with those pickups from Sephora, I also picked up the Coconut Fizz from the Aqua Allegoria collection from Guerlain. I should have got the big bottle. Honestly, like, I think I'm probably going to just go ahead and get the big bottle soon because I feel like I got the 75 ml, and this looks bigger on camera than it is in person, and it fits perfectly in my purse. The notes in this are coconut nectar, bergamot, waterfruit, freesia, sandalwood, and tonka bean. And guys, this is beautiful and everything that I hoped it would be. Y'all know I said, like, I was jonesing to get this fragrance. I love coconut fragrances, especially for this time of year, and this is a stunning one. Yeah, it's not a coconut cream kind of scent. This is very fresh, light, uplifting. It's sunny and ozonic, but still kind of aquatic. The sandalwood, I think, is what allows this fragrance to really stick to my skin and last a decent amount of time. It's so nice. It's juicy, sweet, coconutty, refreshing. This is one of my favorite fragrances right now to wear when me and my mom are just going out and doing cute things, like, you know, going to brunch, going to a cafe, getting a light lunch, you know, things like that. This is one of those fragrances that almost kind of makes me forget how hot it is because it's so refreshing. This is a stunning fragrance. This also comes in, I think, a 4-point-something ounce bottle. I definitely plan on picking that up because this is beautiful. And like I said, I think this is one that's going to stay in my purse pretty much all summer. This is another one that was in my wish list video, and I am so excited to have this in my collection. I was totally right about this fragrance. The fragrance that I'm talking about is Kilian Roses on Ice. This is from the Liqueurs. So you guys know I picked up Angel Share a little bit earlier in the year. It finally came back in stock on Sephora and I snapped it up. So this is a completely opposite take on a boozy fragrance. The top notes in this are cucumber, juniper berries, and lime. The middle note is rose, and the base is musk and sandalwood. And honestly, this is perfectly blended. You can smell every single note in this fragrance. And what this smells like to me is a fizzy gin and tonic with rose water and muddled with cucumber. It's so good. This to me is very unisex. It's definitely a unisex fragrance. I can absolutely see a man wearing this, but the rose in this is so beautiful. It's delicate. And so it sits very well on my skin. The rose really comes out on my skin. But I can smell the gin in this. Like it smells like a fizzy, refreshing gin and tonic. The juniper berries in this give it kind of like a really nice green, super fresh note. The musk and the sandalwood really kind of give this fragrance like a fuzzy quality to it in the midst of all those sharper, fresh notes. You get a little bit of that lime. That rose just sits perfectly. I wore this to my brother's track meet the other day and I just smelled so good. Like I was just in my own beautiful bubble of fragrance. It's cool, it's fresh, it's aquatic, it's ozonic. There is a sharpness to this fragrance, but it doesn't go too far. This right here, I feel like is perfect for those extremes. It's perfect for super, super hot summers, but I can also see this being amazing in the winter for holiday parties. I can see it. I can see it. I feel like it wouldn't fit in the spring. I don't feel like it would fit in the fall, but I feel like winter and summer is where it's really going to slap. I just feel like that it's perfect for those two extremes. 4 more fragrances to show you guys. I told y'all I went in. These are all from the same company. And let me just be 100 with y'all. I did not know that this company still existed. The first fragrance that I have here, I tried out at Sephora some time ago and I fell in love. Like I walked out of the mall and the way the fragrance wafted off of my skin, it was just decadent. And not too long after I discovered that fragrance, the company went out of business. The fragrances went on clearance and I couldn't get it. Like people snatched it up so fast because they were like $40 to $50 a bottle. And I wasn't able to get my hands on it. Well, I had no clue that someone had purchased the company and relaunched. It came up on my Instagram one day and I was like, oh my God, like they're still there. And the fragrances were the right price, cheaper than they were when they were on Sephora. And I had to get it. I had to get it. And then they eventually had a buy one, get one free sale because they're going to be changing the packaging. And I was like, well, let me get all the ones that I've wanted to try, at least the ones that were still there. The brand I'm talking about is Commodity. And I will say the same way that I feel like Maison Margiela Replica makes mood fragrances, I feel like these fragrances are truly mood fragrances. They evoke a certain mood, a certain level of comfort and coziness, of recognition. And that's what I love about these fragrances. So the first fragrance that I picked up, this is one I've wanted to add to my collection forever. This is Bois by Commodity. Guys, this is everything that I feel like Santal 33 should be for the way that it's hyped up. It's not that I don't like Santal 33, but I feel like for something that's raved about so much by women, I feel like it's definitely one that's good for like rainy days, you know? It's not something that I put on and I'm like, wow, I feel confident, you know? Like so many people say that, I'm just like, I don't see how, you know? I love the sandalwoody notes in it, but I feel like this is better. So the top notes in this, the main accords in this are Bois de Cedar. So basically cedar wood. Bois means wood. Sandalwood and pink pepper. The full note structure on Fragrantica includes Angelica, pink pepper, and pimento in the top, jasmine, orchid, and freesia in the heart, and cedar, sandalwood, and vanilla in the base. This is so good. And everyone that I have had smell this was like, damn, this smells good. Even my brother, who never comments on fragrance, he was like, that shit smell good as a mug. This is how you know we live in the country. This, I will say, you do have to give it a second because the alcohol in these fragrances does really come out. Get those peppery Angelica notes in the top. You get a little bit of that orchid, which gives a femininity to the fragrance and almost like kind of like a chocolatey vibe. Kind of like I mentioned in the Kayali, the vanilla orchid note in that kind of gives a chocolatey vibe. This kind of gives that too. And you get the most beautiful, sexy, vanillic sandalwood and cedar ever. When I wear this out, when the wind blows, I get like this huge, like that's how I can describe the way the fragrance lifts off of my skin. And it's so beautiful and it gets people's attention. And this is one of those fragrances that when I wear it, people are like, oh my God, what are you wearing? I lived off of little samples of this for so long and I'm so happy I have it in my collection. It's one of my favorite sandalwood forward fragrances. If you love sandalwood, if you love peppery notes, you love orchid and you love vanilla, then this is it for you. Like, it has a cozy touch to it, but it's still confident. It's still put together. Definitely, I would say unisex, just a little bit more feminine leaning because of the notes of the jasmine and the orchid. It's so good. I'm so happy to have this in my collection. This next one is, I think this is my ultimate cozy cuddling fragrance. And I say that because it smells phenomenal, but the projection is not the best. The projection and the lasting power are not the best, but it smells so good. And I'm kind of in shock of how good this smells. I blind purchased this when they did that sale. And the fragrance is Velvet from Commodity. This one had a lot of rave reviews, so I said, let me check it out. One of their most popular ones is Gold, but that one is out of stock. I think Rain is out of stock. There's a few of them that are out of stock. I know they had a whiskey one. I don't know. I don't think they were able to get the formula to that. I haven't seen it since they relaunched. The main accords on Velvet are roasted almond, rose petals, and black amber. And the full note structure includes almond, clove, and coconut nectar in the top, rose petals, vanilla flower, and heliotrope in the heart, and white woods, birch, and black amber in the base. Guys, I got these in the mail a couple of days ago and I haven't been able to put this down, which I appreciate that you can't tell. This is so good. At first you get that hit of rose. The rose is really nice. It's not quite dewy and it's not quite jammy. It's like right in between the two. As this dries, this turns into a smoky, comforting concoction. It's super nutty from the almond and the coconut in the top. Now this has coconut nectar, but this gives me like the meat of the coconut. It gets spicy from those cloves, the white woods, the birch, the amber. This almost pulls kind of like a cigarette vibe or like a cigar kind of vibe on me. It is a beautiful, nutty, smoky rose, and I love it. The only thing I don't love about this fragrance is that the longevity isn't as great as I would like it to be, and the projection isn't as good as I would like it to be. This is not one where if I am out, I don't think anyone is going to notice, but this is a great close encounters fragrance. Netflix and chill, cozy date type of fragrance. It's decadent, it's irresistible, it's a little edible. It's still sexy, but also cozy. I absolutely love this fragrance. I wish the projection and the lasting power was better. But if you're like just wearing this for a date, this is gonna last for your date. Your boo is gonna be like, damn, you smell amazing. And that alone, I'll take it. This one I really wasn't sure about. This was like the biggest, I don't know when I went into purchasing this, but the way people talked about it, it sounded so good that I had to try it. And that is Wool. What she looks like, of course, the box. And this, first I was like, I don't like it. And then I wore it and I was like, wait, I changed my mind. So the main accords in this are amber vetiver and bourbon vanilla. And for the full note structure, the top notes are apple, grapefruit, and mandarin orange. There is lavender, cedar, basil, and artemisia. And then the base notes include gray musk, bourbon vanilla, amber, and Haitian vetiver. So when I got the package and I first opened this, I was like, this smells like a dude. It's very green in the opening and it kind of gives more of a masculine vibe. But y'all, this, when you wear it, it transforms. So you still get the top notes, but as it dries on the skin, more of that lavender, cedar, that bourbon vanilla, and the amber come out. And that Haitian vetiver, which is a big part of the reason why I got this. This is so different from anything that I own. At first, it's like, nah, this smells too much like a dude. I don't want to wear this because it almost feels like it leans way too masculine. But on the skin, it's a different vibe. It's so beautiful. I wish I could describe it. It does evoke that mood of wearing like, I don't know, like a wool, you know, like a wool or like a fleece jacket, and you're going on a really nice hike, or you're at home in front of the fireplace and you're wearing a beautiful wool knit blanket or like some wool like fleece pajamas. It is very aromatic, but the musks and the vanilla and the amber and the vetiver just bring it back down to earth. So good. Absolutely 100% unisex. If you'd like to have that masculine edge in your fragrances, I think that you will enjoy this. It's really nice. I've been wearing this to bed a lot because it makes me feel so cozy. I think this is going to be beautiful in the wintertime and in the fall when it gets to that point where it's really, really crisp. I think it'll be perfect for that time of year. I got a 10 ml of it and I was like, well, if I really like it, then I'll get the 100 ml. I'm gonna see if I can find someone who is selling it because I love this fragrance. I wasn't expecting to love this fragrance, and I need more. So the fragrance is tea, and the main accords in this are honey, Egyptian basil, and tobacco. This is, sorry, I feel like I need to sneeze. I probably do need to sneeze smelling all this stuff. This, oh my goodness, so complex. Top notes of this are honey, blackcurrant, basil, and mandarin orange. The middle notes include oolong tea, damask rose, and tonka bean. And the base notes include tobacco, sandalwood, patchouli, and cashmere musk. So I feel like this is going to be a great fragrance for a man, but I feel like if you are a woman that does not have an issue with towing that line, you will love this. The honey is there all the way through. There's a beautiful honey note in this. It's not too sweet. It's not too cloying. I get a little bit of that blackcurrant and the basil. And then it goes into that oolong tea and tonka. I don't really get rose in this. I smell mostly the tea and the tonka. And then it goes straight into that tobacco. And this smells like a wet, cured tobacco type of smell. It develops in such a way that is so interesting. It's one of those that people are going to tell you you smell good, but they're not going to be able to place it. Like, it's going to be that, what is that kind of question? You know what I mean? Because it's so different. I love it, and I'm mad that I missed out on it. Like, literally right after I purchased this, it was gone, and I couldn't get it again. They're discontinuing this fully. So yeah, that is tea from Commodity. Phew. Okay guys, that is it for my massive fragrance haul. 13 fragrances. There's no L's whatsoever. These are all double U's, okay? All double U's. Amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching this very long fragrance haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, make sure you leave me a comment down below. Engage with this video so you can actually get more of them, okay? Because I'm dropping high quality content and I'm giving y'all gems, okay? Make sure you leave me a comment down below and tell me what you thought. I do want to hear what your fragrance of the day is. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you love what you see here. And I will see all of you beautiful people in the next video. Bye.